Hi there, friends. It's Sherry with the Homespun Wife. I'm coming to you today to give you a little update about what's going on with me. I have on no makeup. My hair is crazy. And I have been working around my house, and today I'm supposed to get a new dishwasher. Because guess what? A couple weeks ago, my current dishwasher stopped working, and I was going nuts without having one, and I'm so surprised. Until my daughters, who are my youngest children, until the twins were 4 years old, I didn't have a dishwasher. So I went, I guess, when the girls were four, our oldest son would have been around 9 years old. So all those years I didn't have a dishwasher. And then once I had one, I really didn't think I depended on it that much, but I guess I do. And so we were hoping that we could fix the dishwasher, and we worked on that as we had spare time. But it's a pretty old one, and I don't think there's any hope for it. So we thought, what are we going to do? So right near us, we have an appliance store that sells scratch and dent. And we purchased a couple of things from them before. They're very reasonably priced typically. It just depends on what they have in at that moment. And sometimes you have to go a few times before you find what you need at the price that you're looking for. And it just so happened when we went in there yesterday that they had a black dishwasher, and they had it within our price range, and they were going to charge us $140 to come out and install it. But we have a couple men from our church that said that they would do that for us, and they are coming this afternoon, later in the afternoon, to help. And so we will not have to pay quite as much to get that installed, and we are really thankful for that. And so that's what's going on for part of my day. And then also I have dinner in the crock pot, and I'm going to show it to you. All right, here is my crock pot. The one thing I'm not crazy about with this crock pot is that it does not have a warm button. I really wish it did, and then this crock pot would be perfect, because I really love it. I love the way it looks, and I didn't pay a whole lot for it. I got it on a special, but you either have off, low, or high. And so I got up this morning around 9:45, and I put in a package of chicken tenderloins. I think it was a couple pounds of chicken. And what I put in it, I'll show it to you now. It's been cooking for several hours. You can see down in there, it looks so good. I put in a can of cream of chicken soup. I put in a packet of ranch dressing. I really wish you guys could smell this. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. It called for a packet of Italian dressing, the dry Italian dressing, like, is it Good Seasons or something like that? But I didn't have any of that. But I did have the regular Italian liquid dressing, so I'll put some of that in there. And then when this is finished up, I will take a block of cream cheese and I will put it down in there and give it time to melt and thicken up the sauce. And then we will put that over some rice tonight for part of our supper, and I'll probably throw a vegetable in there on the side, and that will be our dinner for tonight. And it really does smell good. So that's a way for you to have, I think it's called Ranchy Italian Chicken, and I got the recipe on Pinterest. And like I said, it called for like 4 chicken breasts, but since I didn't have breasts and I just had the little tenderloin strips, it was about the same thing. So that would be your chicken, a can of cream of chicken soup, a packet of dry ranch dressing, a packet of dry Italian dressing. But if you don't have that, you could always toss in a little bit of your liquid Italian dressing. And then at the end of the cooking time, I turn it on low for a number of hours, and then at the end of the cooking time, throw in either a half block to the whole 8-ounce block of cream cheese, and stir that around and let it kind of thicken up like gravy, and it's going to be wonderful. Okay, friends, there is the dead dishwasher. It will cut on, it will run, but it leaves water standing in the bottom afterwards, and I have tried everything. We have removed the drain basket. We've done everything. We've tried to make sure there's not a crimp in the hose in the back, done a lot of things, but it's on its way out. It's had its better days. And so it will soon be replaced. And I just thank God we had the resources to try to buy a new one, because you know how those things are. If your stove goes out, or your refrigerator, even a washer and dryer, or maybe especially a washer and dryer. It's so hard to live without those things. I don't know if we're just spoiled or we're just so dependent on them, but I'm really thankful I'm going to be having a dishwasher in here. Okay, here, friends, is the book that I'm hoping to share with you on maybe Fridays for a few weeks. Just share one tip from this particular book that I have loved and enjoyed so much. It is full of lots of not only spiritual goodness but practical things for homemakers. It's called The Christian Homemaker's Handbook. It is edited by Pat Ennis and Dorothy Kelly Patterson. And I'm just going to give you a glance at the table of contents because it has so much good material and I can't ever remember it all. But here is what it looks like. It's divided up into 6 sections. The first one is God's design for the home, and it talks about the 21st century home and the impact of feminism on the home and the family. Talks about God's plan for marriage and the role of the wife, and God's paradigm for the homemaker. And then it goes on into part 2, and it talks about the sanctity of life and the value of a child. It talks about family planning and a life full of days, about caring for the aged, and also the impact of a handicapped individual on the family and how we can care for them. And then it goes into part 3, the foundations for parenting, and it talks about being a nurturing mother and early learning and teaching and training children, raising teenagers on God's terms, relating to young adults, and then spiritual formation through family worship. And then in part 4, it has the practical aspects of establishing a home. These are very practical things, life management skills, setting up a house, relocating a house if you end up having to move, how to clean a house, how to set up standards for technology in your home. Talks a lot about money and how to take care of your money and how to build a budget, and also how to decorate your home and then offer biblical hospitality. Part 5 talks about planning and preparing healthy meals. It talks about nutrition and food safety, kitchen equipment you might need, ideas for holiday celebrations, and then making your kitchen a springboard for ministry, which I think is a very neat idea. And then lastly, this is a unique section here, part 6, on making wise clothing decisions. And it talks about crafting your life message. And that is something we need to think about, is how we view our lives and what is the message that we're trying to put across. And then, is modesty an obsolete virtue? I don't know if it's obsolete or not, but it's one that I value. I hope you do too. And also talks a little bit about some more practical things through there. And I just think this would be a wonderful book for us to spend a little time in. I don't know if any of you have read it. If you have, if you could please leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought about it. I think these are still available for sale if you want to look them up, the Christian Homemaker's Handbook. And I just think it would be really a meaningful thing for me to go back through this book step by step, just a small step at a time, and to focus on one part of the book and on being a godly homemaker and how important that is in our society today and in our world with all the things that are going on. I thought this would be a really good book to look at. Okay, friends, that wraps it up for today. Thank you for spending time with me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.